this is Paula Pascual, and today I'm going to share an idea on how to use the Tonic Craft Kit number 12. Included in the kit is the stamps, which are absolutely gorgeous, as well as all those dies with those beautiful leaves, as well as those larger leaf dies, which complement or you can use with the blisters that are included, self-adhesive as well. So that automatically inspired me to create some sort of gift with sweeties in it. So I'm going to show you how I do mine. So the first thing I'm going to do is die cut using the largest of the dies, using the pearlescent card that is included in the kit. Now that one is 250 GSM, so that makes a brilliant base for a card as well. So now I have die cutted the largest one, and you can see that it has got all those little details in here of all the die has got those pin prick effects, so you can do stitching or force stitching or whatever you want to do it. Now that could make a lovely blank card, a smaller one, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to die cut a hole into it by using the smallest one of the dies. So if I take that one in here, now you can see I put my dies immediately in a magnetic sheet, which is the medium size from Tonic. Now it doesn't come included in the kit, but I strongly recommend to get them because then you can put them inside the folder even better. Now I position it in the center as possibly, center as I possibly can. And what I use is washi tape. Now because it's washi tape, it sometimes kind of removes a little bit of the card. I'm not going to put it in over here because that's the bit that I want to keep, and I'm going to put it rather on the inside. Now obviously I might use that for a later project, but the most important bit is the outside, so that's why I'm putting the low tack tape on there, just in case it will remove it. Now I'm going to run it through my tangerine, and so you can see it here that I have cut the aperture here. I'm going to remove the low tack tape, and in this case hasn't damaged it, but still I prefer to have that clean in there. I just put it aside for a later project. And what I have done actually is done the same thing using different cards that are included all in the kit and using the different sizes, so I have got that layering effect in here. Now remember that you can use and I have used always the same size in the middle, so it will go in through the blister perfectly in here, right? But you want to have two, because what we are going to do is glue them back to back because they are perfectly symmetrical, and then you need to have one on the back to disguise the glue as well. All right, so I'm going to glue it all together, and I'm going to be using my Nuvo Deluxe glue, but of course you can use any glue that you prefer, and then just going to put it around the edges. One of the reasons I like the Nuvo Deluxe is because it dries really quickly, and I like to define nozzle as well. Let's just layer it in there, and then just put it around here. Now again, this copper card is satin and is included in the kit. You get an A4 of this gorgeous copper. It's so warm in there. So I have got all the glue bits in there. Now to glue it to the plastic, I prefer to use either hot glue gun or double-sided tape. The problem with a hot glue gun is that it might be too quick to set, not to dry, because it doesn't dry, it sets. Glue dries, hot glue sets or cools down and sets. Right, so that should be all right if you do it like that. And then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to put a few of my jelly beans. Now attach the popsicle stick, what we are going to do is on the back, just going to put a big blob of glue. Just place it in there. You could use a kebab stick or any other thing. And we are going to let it set first, well, and then we are going to put that one over the top. So we are going to put those bits in here. Remember to put a little bit first, press it down, and then you can go around the edges and press it a bit more. And then we have got our shaker card, or shaker sweetie popsicle in there. Now what we have done as well as gone ahead, and I have die cut some of those gorgeous leaves. I mean, I think they are some of the most loveliest leaves. So I have die cut them out of the copper, and you can see all the detail, and you have got the inner and the outer, so you can create those beautiful super detail contrasting into tones. What I'm gonna do is decorate those bits in here, and I love that you get a different leaves as well, and you get the tiniest ones, which to be honest I haven't die cut, but they are just so gorgeous. So I'm sure I will be using them in the future. So I'm just gonna go in and just use the ones that are a little bit more long, thin ones for the bottom of there. And I love that you have got two of them, because then you can go in a little bit like so, and then just use the more, you know, fatter but gorgeous leaves in there, and then maybe even those two in here. Yeah, that will look good. And I love that for a little present with sweeties in there. Finally, I have a stamp the sentiment with one of the leftovers from die cutting the leaf, and then I'm gonna run it with the die that is included in the kit that will cut it just around it to put that sentiment on. So I'm gonna put it with low tat tape again, secure it in there, and run it through my machine. And this is how you are gonna get it. Look how perfect it is. It's perfect for the sentiment, like, you know, for if you don't like to cut around it. It's just absolutely perfect, and it's easy to register as well. So I'm gonna put it in there. Just gonna put a little bit of hot glue because it's attaching to plastic, and then I'm gonna put that leaf, maybe that one better. I like that one better a little bit. So I'm just gonna put. And finally, of course, I had to use the brand new vintage drops, and then just add a few details in here. Now they look similar, but they dry matte to the crystal drops, so they have got that difference. If that happens, don't worry, you can just go in with a little needle and remove that. And there it is, just those little details. Now that will dry matte, but it takes a while to see it. It's not instant that you can see it that is matte. But I love how the new bottles reflect that they are slightly different, that they have got more of a vintage type. And then I'm just gonna put one there, and then just little droplets, and then remember odd numbers. Just add a little bit more detail and dimension. And there it is. I hope you like it, and see you next month.